Welcome back to another meditation tapping video. Today we're going to focus on I choose to be my best self. George Eliot said it's never too late to be what you might have been. So who are you? Do you know who you are? And are you happy with who you are? Do you find you wear masks when you go out? I personally wore masks for many, many years to try and fit in. And for me, I saw myself, I thought of myself as a daughter, a sister, a mother, a wife, an employee, a friend. I didn't really know who I was. And I was near my age of 50 when I began to realize that I was really unsatisfied with my life, with myself. And I knew it was time that I had to look in the mirror and not just look in the mirror, but look deeply, deeply into those eyes and ask myself, oh, WTF, Terra, what's going on here? Something needs to shift, and everything that you've done so far is not working. So I knew that it was time to start exploring. I was lucky I had a sister, and she knew how to get me started on that exploring. And it's been quite a journey, let me tell you. Many, many lessons. I don't believe the lessons are done. I don't believe the lessons are ever done. But I've discovered it's worth the work, the effort, the time that you put into it, and you have to stay committed to it. So you start where you can, right? Doing just the baby step things, and you'll discover, boy, one thing becomes another, takes you into another. Once you open up the mind to something new, opportunities show up. I mean, the teachings just keep coming and coming and coming. I've discovered also that it's not about discovering who we are, it's about remembering who we are. Because when we came to this planet, when we were landed here, we came as divine beings. We are divine creatures. And we have forgotten that in all of the growing as children and the teachings we picked up as children. We forgot how divine we are. So I also know that we're given, when we come here, we are given absolutely everything we need to create and live a life of abundance in every aspect of life. I know that we've been given that, and we have forgotten that as well. So it's just a matter of remembering. Even coming to the knowing that for myself, it didn't just happen overnight. It took work. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of commitment. It took a lot of ups and downs, but I stayed committed, and eventually realizing I am this divine being, I was able to embrace her and own her and continue to nurture her and help her to shine the way she came here to shine. It seems like many of us do not see ourselves as we should. Instead, we look for, and then we actually find evidence of the flaws, the faults, the mistakes, the not good enoughs, because you find what you look for. So when you're looking for those things, that's what you find. We become judgmental, and not just of ourselves. That judgment that's within always gets reflected outside. So we end up becoming very judgeful and critical of other people. Now, you need to know how harmful that is. How very harmful that is, not just to the people we direct it to, but to ourselves, mentally, emotionally, which then becomes physical, the physical harm, the dis-ease that it creates in our body. So this is where we're going to do a little bit of meditation tapping again. And I ask you, please be responsible for your well-being. And I invite you to close your eyes as I walk you through a light meditation. And we're going to look at who the true you is. Let's see if we can see some evidence of who the true you is. So eyes closed. Shutting out the outside world once again. This is just you and me here right now, taking a deep breath in and exhale. Body loves to receive lots of oxygen. Another deep breath in. And with this exhale, set the intention to release any heaviness, any burdens, any resistance. Let it go just for now. It's okay to do that. It's even safe to do that for now. Now set your intention to witness another you, a true you, the one that very few, if any, ever see or maybe even know. Now, my intention is to help you look a bit deeper, uncover at least some of that masterpiece that you are. So eyes still closed. Bring into your thinking box mind here a visual of you. Now, your ordinary senses are pretty limited there. Based on your experiences, you're going to bring in what you think you know. Ego mind is limited thinking, very limited knowing. Ego mind is the thinker, and the soul is the knower. I want you to guide yourself through my words to seeing the best self, your best self. And to do that, you have to come out of that thought. So direct your thoughts out of the stinking thinking mind. Bring them down to the heart center. This is a very short trip. Very short trip. Hold your hand on your heart if it helps you to feel the connection to and with your heart. It is from this sacred space that we are going to witness our true selves. Now, within this heart center space, I want you to bring in kindness, the feeling of kindness. What does kindness feel like from this heart center? Kindness, it feels soft and it feels gentle and it feels comforting. Feel the kindness. And also now from the heart center, I want you to bring in forgiveness. Can you feel the feeling of forgiveness, and what's that feel like? Now, you may feel a bit of resistance when it comes to forgiveness. Ego mind's going to remind you, no way, there is no forgiving him, her, them. No forgiving for what they said, did, didn't say, didn't do. But forgiveness is not condoning anything. The forgiveness is your gift to you. It is freedom for you. So just for now, remove any resistance. Stay in the heart space. Hold your hand on that heart space. Feel the connection. And now in this heart space, from this heart space, bring in love, the feeling of love. We all know what love feels like. Maybe you have to bring a person into that vision with you, or a place that you love, anything that creates that love feeling, that overwhelming, expanding love feeling. Now we're going to start the tapping. As we repeat some affirmations, I'm going to make the statements, you repeat them after me. And once again, you can imagine yourself tapping, and I will direct you to the spots, or you can actually move an arm, either one, couple of fingers from either hand, and tap in the locations, the acupressure points I direct you to. And we always start the center of the forehead, eyes closed, tapping, and repeat. All this kindness, this gentle feeling of kindness. Side of the eye, tapping. All this forgiveness, this calming, comforting forgiveness. Under the eye, tapping. Repeat. All this love, this heart expanding love. Open hand on the collarbone. Repeat. My heart swells. It grows and expands with all this love. Top of the head. Repeat. And it feels calming. It feels safe. It feels really right for me right now. Back to the center of the forehead, tapping, and repeat. Right now, in this moment, I'm choosing consciously and deliberately. Side of the eye, tapping, and repeat. Choosing all this for me, just for me for now. Under the eye, tapping, repeat. Consciously and deliberately. I choose to see the kindness in me, for me. Open hand, collarbone, tapping. Repeat. Consciously, deliberately, I choose to see forgiveness in me, for me. And top of the head, tapping. Repeat. Consciously and deliberately, I choose to see the love in me, for me. Back to the center of the forehead, tapping. Repeat. Right now, in this moment, I'm choosing kindness for myself. Side of the eye, tapping. Repeat. Right now, in this moment, I'm choosing forgiveness for me. Right now. Under the eye, tapping. Repeat. Right now, in this moment, I'm choosing love for myself right now. Open hand on the collarbone, tapping. When I start with myself, I'm able to extend to others this same love. Top of the head, tapping. Repeat. As I see fewer faults in me, I then see fewer faults in others. We're going to do one more round, eyes still closed, center of the forehead. When I take care of my own energy, others benefit. It's a win-win. Side of the eye, tapping, repeat. When I stand secure in my divine self, all things in my life will flow differently. Under the eye, tapping, repeat. Life will flow differently. Living will flow differently. Open hand, collarbone, tapping, repeat. I accept, I welcome this part of me, this divine being, this life-enhancing energy of loving kindness. Tap of the head, tapping, repeat. It starts with me. It flows through me. Seeing myself through my divine eyes and seeing others through my divine eyes. This feels right. This feels like the right time to choose my divine self, to see my life through my divine eyes, to create the life I want through my divine eyes. Now you may open your eyes if you wish. I want you to know that your best self already exists, is already within you. It's just waiting. Excuse me. It's waiting for you to recognize who you are, to acknowledge, take ownership of that you. It's a choice. It's just a choice. We become gracious when we decide to be gracious. We become loving and helpful and kind when we decide to be loving, helpful, and kind. We have this gift called free will. So we get the right, we have the right to choose free will every second of every day. We get to choose again and again and again. We choose wisely, we choose deliberately, we choose consciously. So today, acknowledge who you are, who you wish to be, and choose to be that. It's a choice. And once you know who you are, once you step into that divine being that you are, the choices come easier because they feel safe and they feel right. Choose wisely, consciously, deliberately. Thank you for joining me, and namaste.